Hey guys, so I'm here in my attic, or actually my garage, I should say. I'm building out my grow area. Went to the store today. Spent close to $2,000 more than I originally wanted to spend. Let me turn this around. So here's what I got going so far. Let me show you. I've got this 8x16 space. This is my garage. Downstairs, I'll show you. I've got this extra space. I actually got two extra spaces. Pretty nice. The way they did this is kind of weird. The garage was an add-on after the house was built, and there's the roof. This is kind of a messy storage space. But got some vinyl flooring here. Got some pieces for the walls here. Some joint pieces. Got 2x4s. Got two doors on sale, about $60 each. Pretty good deal. One for the interior, one for the between the grow room and the incubation room. And then I had some mold and mildew resistant drywall, the more expensive one. And then I got some joint compound for the sheetrock for the drywall. Some flashing tape. Some of this glue to glue the plastic walls to the drywall. Doorknobs. So this is what we got so far. We have an 8x16 space. A little bit longer than 8. 8 from here to here. And then we have a little ledge here. That's about 16 inches. So almost 1.5 more feet of space right here on this ledge. We're starting about right here. We've got like a tuck-away storage space here. I'm gonna put the door right there. And then right here. So door right there, entryway, clean room. Gonna have my, sorry, I'm tired. I'm gonna probably start out with a still air box and a table right here in this corner. Eventually I'm gonna get a HEPA filter. I'm gonna have a shelf here, shelf along the wall here as well somewhere. I don't know how much space I'm gonna dedicate to the to which room yet. I'd definitely like to have more in the fruiting room. It's gonna be 8 feet tall, plus this ledge here, which is nice. The lid gate things for me. Originally, so I've been using, like I said, ChatGPT to do all my calculations and stuff, and it does a really good job, but it does make mistakes. So I had to calculate a lot on my own, which was, it is what it is. Got my cat in here right now. Frosty, what you doing? He hasn't been in here too much. Exploring. He used to be a indoor cat, and he was kind of chunky. But now he just roams free outside on his own at night. Comes back in the morning, goes in and out. Sometimes he sleeps all day in the house. But he was in there. There's a gap in there. We had a bat fly in the kitchen the other day. I don't know where it got in, but right there looks like a potential entryway into the attic there. Or exit. Who knows? Just some duct tape there. Freaking ridiculous, but he got into that hole over here. And he got into the attic, I'm pretty sure. I mean, yeah, they just tore off half the wall here of the house and added a garage. Pretty interesting. Anyways, let's get back to it. So, sorry to get off topic here. Gonna line up buckets here. Buckets, blocks, bags. A lot of extra space, which I'm grateful for. Does complicate the build quite a bit with the walls and stuff. But we have 8-foot beams. Those, I didn't want to cut anything or add anything, so make it a little bit easier. 8 foot goes to about right here, I'd say, with those beams. Gives me enough to stack 2 buckets high on all the sides, or blocks, whatever. Probably put some shelves there if I want to. A good little space. But I'll have a workbench here with the flow hood. Then I'll have a door somewhere along here, probably. Maybe along this beam, maybe between these 2 beams, possibly. Like I said, depends on how much space I want to dedicate to which room, but then I'll have the fruiting room, and I'll have shelves running along the walls. Shelf here. I'll have this whole area up until that last beam there. Shelving, buckets, bags, whatever. And I'll have shelving along that side. I'll have my exhaust fan going out that window right there. Intake fan probably somewhere right here. Maybe I'll try to, work it into the window. That window or that window to get fresh air. But there is a hole downstairs, like a vent in the wall under here. Basically just a vent, and it has airflow coming through. I put some grating on it because wasps kept getting in here. Mud dauber wasps, and making nests everywhere. There's none in here, but there used to be a lot. So I filled it up. Just a second here. Cat's getting into something. So yeah, I'll have an exhaust out there. I've got a fan right here. I've got my pressure cookers, 2 16-quart. Got a fan here with a mushroom cap. I used to grow a while back, so I still have stuff. Here's the NRP wall. I was originally going to go with a different type of wall. A little more expensive, but this does the trick. Waterproof, resist mold, mildew, which is what I need. Gonna glue that onto the drywall, which is already mildew resistant. In the past, I built out a frame like this in a friend's basement because I didn't have a place to do it. And we basically just built a frame, walls, ceiling, and we just took this Panda film right here. I don't know if you've ever seen Panda film. It's white and black. It's used for grow rooms. It's not a bad thing to use, but I figured, if I'm gonna do it again, I'm gonna do it right. Sorry. So, yeah, just imagine walking into here, having a little table here, workstation, inoculation, flow hood, and then some shelving here, maybe, or just stacking buckets or putting blocks there. Maybe a little shelf here for buckets, blocks. A doorway, entryway, probably right here. Going into the fruiting room, shelving across here, maybe some shelves there, some shelves across here, And then of course all this space right here up along the wall to where I cut a hole right here, vent out the air through here. Still trying to figure out what I'm doing for temperature control. I guess I have a space heater in there, but winter's coming up, so I'm gonna have to do some research and see what to do to keep the backdraft back through that window. I mean, the air will always be circulating, so I don't imagine too much cold air will get through, but we'll do it right. So I've got 3/4 inch, just plywood, the cheapest plywood, but just 3/4 inch for the floor. Set that across the beams. Build out the walls to 8 feet. I was about to put 2 beams across here, 2 8-foot beams. I'm not doing anything quite yet. It is late and I don't want to be making any loud noises, but I'm just kind of laying it out to see where I'm at. Not the cleanest of spaces, as you can see, but it doesn't have to be, really. I did vacuum up here, and I'm going to clean a little bit more. It will stay clean up here going forward because it will not be used for anything on this level. The level up there is used for storage and stuff, but no one comes up here for anything really. So I just cleaned up the sawdust and whatever was here. Kind of still got to clean up this window sill here. Kind of nasty, haven't gotten around to it yet. But I'm leaving this gap here, this walkway. It's oh shoot. This window panel, oh, it's very sharp. Fell straight out of this window when I opened this window. Extremely old. They are original to the house, which is 1970. So the windows are something we have been trying to replace this year, but we're not going to get around to it because it is going a lot based on the quotes we've been getting. I'm hoping, I'm pretty confident that this endeavor will eventually get us some extra, some semi-residual income. Because once you get this set and going, if you know what you're doing, and I've done it before, smaller scale on logs, did about 60 logs in my backyard when I was living at my mom's years ago. With shiitake, had really good results. Had more shiitake than I knew what to do with. Now, and I also had, what else did I have? Had a big oak tree with some oak chips around it, wood chips, and I grew some, what were they? Wine caps, yeah. They grew pretty good too. All outdoors, got a lot of experience there. Like I said, a lot of mushrooms, more than I knew what to do with. So now I mentioned this already before. If you've seen my previous videos, I do kitchen exhaust cleaning and commercial kitchen exhaust cleaning. So I know many chefs. I have a handful of some fancier restaurants and catering companies that do have mushrooms on their menu, and they are interested in a wide variety of mushrooms. So it's good to get those clients first before you decide to do anything like this, especially when you decide to spend $2,000, because yeah, it's a lot, but you got to be confident and at least have a little experience. So I'm trying to be as legit as possible and put both my feet in, I'm not dipping my toes in this time. I'm jumping straight into the water, so to speak. So wish me luck. Let me show you a few more things before I get off here. I was originally going to do an outdoor greenhouse, like I mentioned in my previous video. But what happened is we need a little extra boost in income here more soon. We figured best thing to do would to be growing indoors, at least starting in this winter, and we can move outdoors too. I mean, we've got logs, lots of logs already inoculated. I'm going to also inoculate some maitake logs because those take a specific way to grow. They're kind of picky. For the maitake logs, you cut a 8 by 8 inch log piece and you put it into an autoclavable bag, and you sterilize that log, and then you pour maitake spawn in there, and you let that maitake log colonize, and then after that you take it outside and you bury it under 2 inches of soil and it grows. Alternatively, you could chop down a tree in your yard, hardwood, preferably, definitely, probably oak, and cut off a piece of the stump, put maitake spawn on the stump, and then put the other piece of stump on top of it. And yeah, eventually that will colonize and grow for many years to come. But I am going to be growing maitake. I may even try to leave them in the bags. Some of them. I've got so many logs, so much wood. Okay, I might try leaving some in the bags and colonizing them here in the room, and also fruiting them in the room and see how they do in this environment. The issue is the maitake and some other species do prefer, they all prefer the same humidity when fruiting, but as far as temperatures go, maitake and a few others do. I think maitake and reishi do prefer cooler temps between 55 and 65, I think. So we're going to figure out what to do with that. Thinking maybe put individual grow tents in here for those, like smaller ones. I know North Spore has some smaller grow tents. They can more fine-tune the temperature in there, maybe, for those guys, if I have to. I'm going to experiment, but I've got a lot of different mushrooms that I've never grown. I've only grown wine caps, shiitakes, and one more. I forgot which one. I've only grown 3 mushrooms, like cultivated 3 different strains, species of mushrooms. But we're going to have like 7 different kinds now, not including the truffles. So, yeah, I'll show you a quick thing right here. So I really wanted to stick with the bucket tech. I found that to be something I learned about a long time ago, and something I came back to. I don't want to waste too many bags. I still have some bags. I've got lots of stuff. I've got gowns here. Clean gowns, like full-on gowns from my previous job. All kinds of clean supplies, gowns, masks, hairnets, Tyvek, cleaning supplies, disinfecting supplies. I got all kinds of lights. So what I went to is I was at the store just looking at some stuff for my fireplace, because it's getting cold and we're trying to get our fireplace going for the first time in the house. And I found these hardwood chips, and I've read about them online. I've watched videos of people using them, and I was like, yeah, that's probably expensive though, And I looked, and one 40-pound bag is only $5, guys. And so per bucket, you basically put approximately, because they expand when they're wet, especially in the hot water. So in one 5-gallon bucket, I think you put, you can do 8 buckets from one 40-pound bag. 8 buckets. So that's not bad. Not bad, guys. And I can get this all the time, pretty much. I got everything from Menards. I don't know if you have Menards or you know what Menards is, but I live here in Missouri. So here's a little information on it. If you can read that, maybe. But $5 for that. For 8 buckets, I got 5 bags to start with. So I could do 40 buckets to start with. For some of the species, what you need is wheat bran. This stuff is sterilized. You just pour in hot water to basically further sterilize it. Most species, especially oysters, will grow on only that. I am adding gypsum in there just to boost the grow. Wheat bran needs to be added for a certain other species, a few other species. So, oh bless you. He's over here breathing in all the dust. Wheat bran does need to be sterilized in a pressure cooker, so I am using bags. Maybe, probably, I got some to start out with. Sterilize those in my pressure cookers, and I will probably get jars eventually. And I will save the bags just for fruiting certain things like shiitake in here, because shiitake does prefer a more compact, not loose substrate. Alright, get back to here for a quick minute. Had to have an intermission there. Yeah, so I've got lights here. I've got a still air box, pressure cookers. I've got the hardwood pellets. Not much else to say. I'm not building anything right now, like I said, so we're gonna spend some time tomorrow, hopefully building out this frame at the very least. I don't have enough NRP panels. They didn't have enough of any panel that I wanted, so we probably won't even have time to put those on tomorrow. I'll probably do the floor base, the floor, probably get the walls up to an extent, and possibly the sheetrock start on it. We'll see. It's a project, guys. Not much to say right now besides what I already said. So again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next update here. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. Hard to record and do things as one person, and run a business and live life, do family things and whatnot. So we trying all this stuff, guys. We trying to bring you some fun, entertaining content, educational content. Maybe get you guys on some kind of journey like this yourself. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.